Welcome to the preview of Fulham versus Southampton in the Premier League. Southampton coming off a defeat last night to Liverpool in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Liverpool, Arsenal and Newcastle all progressing with Spurs playing Manchester United tonight. Now, this is quite interesting. I would like to have a look at Southampton. We spoke about them earlier in the week. Obviously, this is a video for YouTube and for Patreon members as well. But on Patreon, we spoke about Southampton and the game against, their whole season, really. What's evident now is that when they've transitioned, obviously, going from Russell Martin's last game where they played a 4-3-1-2, last night they played a 3-5-2 in formation under Simon Rusk, who is, I'm guessing, just caretaker manager at this moment in time. And this is how they lined up with Alex McCarthy in goal, Howard Bellis, Nathan Wood and Jan Bednarek as centre-backs, and then full-backs James Bree and Ryan Manning. Now at midfield, three of Fernandez, Mateus Fernandez, Flynn Downs and Joe Aribo, and then Dibbling sort of up front with Cameron Archer, who got the goal for Southampton. They also brought on Sugawara, Sulemana, Paul Anochu, Adam Lallana, and Ben Brereton Diaz. The other subs were Joe Lumley, Ronnie Edwards, Ryan Fraser, and Samuel Amayu. So this is interesting. I'm guessing this is sort of the way they want to set up going forward, and I think playing three with wing backs gives them a little bit more security, with also the option to sort of fly forward with these flying fullbacks. Obviously, I think Sugawara might probably come into the team ahead of either Bree or Manning. I'm guessing James Bree, actually. And my one concern about this game now against Fulham is that if they play three in midfield, they've sort of got that extra man in midfield. If they stick to this formation, whether it be Sasha Lukic and Sander Berger, or could be Sasha Lukic and Alex Iwobi. I mean, Fulham have changed up their midfield quite often this season, and based on the last performance, I wouldn't change too much for Fulham for this game. Obviously, Pereira's suspended, but we'll talk about suspensions and who's going to be out of this game for both sides in just a second. But at midfield, three of Fernandez, Downs, and Aribo, whether they put in Lallana or someone else. Obviously, they're missing a few players still, Southampton. So an extra man in midfield obviously creates a little bit more space for Fulham in other areas of the pitch, but also it seems more of a tighter formation for Southampton, where they're trying to basically now gain obviously more points in the table, but they need to stop losing games of football. Maybe they deployed this formation because they were playing against a Liverpool team who are obviously very good and very dangerous, despite them playing a couple of youngsters last night as well in Morton and Neone. But I'm fascinated to see how Southampton will line up on Sunday, because right now I just don't know which way they'll go in terms of formation. So it would be interesting to see. What is evident is that Tyler Dibbling is a fantastic player. Cameron Archer can score goals at this level and has. And they've just had a disastrous season, and we spoke about it on Monday, I think, or Tuesday. They've just had such a bad start to this season, and it's almost like their season is over. But they can get back into things. They can get up to 8 points in the table if they were to beat us on Sunday. Let's have a look at who's going to be missing from that game, and we'll talk about how Fulham might line up, and then how the game will go, and then how the game might go in the score prediction, and then we'll finish up. Andreas Pereira suspended, as we said. Harrison Reed, Joachim Anderson, Nelson all out. Anderson could be back. You never know. I'm guessing Kenny Tete is going to be out as well, given he picked up a nasty looking injury against Liverpool. So that's Tete out. As for Southampton, Stevens is still suspended. Ramsdale still with a broken finger, as is Bazunu. Juan Larios as well. Ross Stewart and Will Smallbone is also out as well. Just want to double check something about their squad. Maxwell Cornet, is he not? I'm looking at their squad right now, and Maxwell Cornet has hardly played. And if he's not listed as injured, I don't know where all these players are, because they were just not in the squad. Ogwachukwu as well. I haven't seen him for a while as well. And obviously Brent Bridge and Diaz they brought off the bench the other day. Let's talk Fulham. I feel like I've spoke about Southampton the whole episode, so the whole video. So let's look at Fulham. This is how I think we'll line up. Leno in goal. At the back, Castagna will come in. I would just start Diop and Cuenca again. I'd be happy to do that. Left hand side, Robinson. I would start Lukic and Berger, but also opportunity for Alex Iwobi perhaps to play in midfield ahead of either Lukic or Berger, and then you have Smith Rowe in the 10 with Wilson and Adama on either side, or obviously Iwobi on the left hand side with no Nelson. I would go with Jimenez up top. How do I see this game going? I think Fulham should win. The expectation will be to win. Doesn't necessarily mean we will win. Southampton new manager bounce or caretaker manager bounce, or something, a change of system, a change of style of play could see a change of fortunes in their performances and in their results. However, I think that Fulham will have too much for them. If we play at our best, we're going to win the game, I think. We are very, very good at home. We only lost just the one game at home this season in Aston Villa. Just double checking that's correct, actually. No, we lost to Wolves as well. We lost 2 games at home this season. But Fulham also haven't kept a clean sheet at home this season, and Southampton will look at that and go, well, this is an opportunity for us to not only score a goal, but try and get a result as well. Yes, so I'm imagining that Fulham will win this by 3-0. I'm just saying the goals are going to come from Raul Jimenez, Alex Iwobi, and Rodrigo Muniz off the bench. So I think Fulham could be 2-0 at half-time, and Muniz comes off the bench and scores on 77, 78 minutes and wraps up the game. I don't think this is going to be easy at all. I think Southampton will have sort of re-energised themselves after the sacking. They'll want to prove a point after losing 5-0 to Spurs and going out the cup as well. They've got to respond. If they lose this and Ipswich pick up a result, or Leicester or Wolves pick up a result, they're so far cut adrift that it's almost over for them. Last game before Christmas. Not the longest preview you'll ever watch, but I think Fulham should win, and hopefully we do win. I'd love to see a clean sheet at home. Would like to see Anderson obviously come back, but I'm not going to cry if he's not in the team because I don't want to necessarily rush him back either. Calvin Bassey obviously back from suspension. Tom Cairney also back from suspension as well, so he'll be available on the bench as well if he's put on the bench. Josh King might play his part as well. Ryan Sessegnon. I mean, all these players. Fulham have had a bit of an injury crisis of the last few weeks of people dropping out, and once players have come back from suspension, other players are dropping out through injury. But I think we'll put a decent squad together for the game on Sunday. Really looking forward to it, actually. Last game before Christmas and before the big one against Chelsea on Boxing Day. Fulham to win by 3-0 is my prediction. But I'm wary of this Southampton team. I think they're going to have a point to prove, and they're going to have give us a difficult game, as they did last time they came to the Cottage, with James Ward-Prowse scoring a brilliant free kick and then Japolini winning it in the last couple of minutes. That was on New Year's Eve in 2022. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to the game. For any Southampton fans watching, please do let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you thought the performance was. Actually, the performance against Liverpool last night was fairly good. When they went 2-0 down, they got a goal back and then had a number of chances. Also feel like Kwanzaa should have been sent off. I can't quite believe he wasn't really, or at least it wasn't given as a foul. Then again, it is Liverpool, so you never really get your way against Liverpool. We saw that last week. Although obviously Robertson did get sent off, but there are, I thought there was maybe a foul on Tete in the goal, but that's old news now. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do drop a subscription down. Just subscribe to the channel, and if you want to see more Fulham content, which is daily, and I can give you examples of what sort of content you'll see on Patreon. My Patreon is £5 a month, $5.50 a month. You get all the press conference footage and coverage, plus embargoed stuff, plus behind the scenes from match days, under 21s. It really is the most unique Fulham service I can see on the Fulham market right now. And it only costs £5 a month. It costs less than a pint. If you were to go and get a pint at your local, you'd probably be paying more for that 1 pint than for a whole month of really daily Fulham content, really good Fulham daily content, I'd like to think. So thank you so much for the support on Patreon since I launched. It's been incredible. We want to get more in though, because there are so many more Fulham fans out there who would benefit from the service. Thank you so much for watching. Looking forward to the game, and we'll speak again the day after the game on the Monday as we look ahead to the Chelsea game.